Hello and welcome back to Creative Coding, or welcome back or welcome to Creative Coding. My name is Mark A, and in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning about something called comparison operators in Python. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So what exactly are comparison operators? Well, if you watched my first tutorial, you'll know that I said I'll explain what equals are, the difference between equals, and why I put two equal signs, and this is exactly what this video is about. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to start off with a comment that says comparison operators. Hopefully I spelled that right. Either way, let's get into this main ones. So there are 6 main ones or so, and let's get straight into them. So essentially we have equals, and I'll explain all of these later. So equals, we have double equals, we have exclamation equals, we have greater than, we have greater than, we have greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. And I believe this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 operators. So let me explain what these are. So if you watched my tutorial on variables, or if you know how to use variables, you'll know that you say something like x is equal to Fred, right? So x is equal to Fred. So what is this equal actually saying? And how does Python read this? So Python is essentially the putting one equal sign is essentially saying it's assigning this. So it's assigning that x is equal to Fred. It's set in stone now. X is equal to Fred. Well, it's not really set in stone. We can change it, but for now, x is equal to Fred. That's what it's saying. X equals Fred. So we can translate this to x equals. This is essentially what the computer is reading. X equals Fred. So that's essentially one equal sign. So what does two equal signs mean? So if one equal sign means x equals Fred, so to go into this more further, that means I can say 3 is equal to 2, and Python wouldn't exactly read this as it's actually false, but we're assigning that 3 equals 2, not 3 is equal to 2. And how I just said is equal to 2, that's essentially what the double equal signs is. So double equals means is equal to. So translate to is equal to. We can say 3 is equal to 3. All right, and this translates to 3 is equal to 3. So this will give us this will be true, but if we say something like 3 is equal to false, we can say that this will return false. So I think I can even print this out, and as you can see, oh nope, oops. If I print this out, print 3 is equal to 4, it'll give me false. So as you can see, it gave me false right here because indeed 3 is not equal to false. But here, if we say print 3 is equal to 3, and we say run, as you can see, now it says true and then false because 3 is indeed equal to 3 and 3 is not equal to 4. So that is the double equal sign, which is equals to. So now we have, I'll just put a little note. So is equal, I cannot spell, is equal to, or do, is equal to. All right, so what does exclamation equal sign means? This is a little weird one. So this is essentially not equal to. So the computer reads this as not equal to. So just like we have here, print 3 is equal to 4, and this is false, we can say that 3 is not equal to 4. So this translates to 3 is not equal to 4. And this will give us back true. But if we say 3, if we say that 3 is not equal to 3, then it'll say this will return false as well. So I bet you can see that a bit of a pattern. So essentially, one equal sign means assignment operator. It assigns something. It says like x equals Fred. Print then we have 3 is double equal to 3, so that means it is equal to, and it'll return either a truthy or falsy value. Then we have 3 is not equal to false. So there's a bit of a pattern here, and as you can see, it's going to give me back true and false there. And as you can see, that's, oops, I forgot to print it out here. So as you can see, you're going to be able, in a few seconds, oops, you're going to see, in a pattern, you're going to see true, false, true, false. Yeah, see, true, false, because indeed 3 is not equal to 4. Okay. So if you know your arithmetic, then you probably know the greater than sign, not less than sign, and that. So this is essentially, we can say that 4 is greater than 3. And this will give us true. Basically, all these comparison operators is what they're called, will give us true or false values. So 4 is greater than 3. 4 is, 4 is greater than 3. So we can print this out, and it's going to give us true. This is essentially the greater than sign operator. So this just says 4 is greater than 3. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. This one is also pretty self-explanatory. This one says, say we can say like 3 is greater than 4. Now, I think you know that this is false. So we can print this out, and I can tell you that it's going to give us a false value, but this is essentially what, what this means is, I forgot, I actually thought I was on the same line. Sorry about that, guys. But here we have our less than sign, and less than sign basically means less than, right? So, like, yeah. So we can say 3 is less than 4, and this is true, and it'll give us a truth value. So it'll say true if we print this. So it's going to say true. There, we got it. So that's essentially the greater than sign and less than sign. Now we're going to head on to a little bit more advanced, just like how we have the 1 equal sign is fairly simple. Then we have not equals, which is kind of weird looking. We have the greater than sign, less than sign, and then we have these weird signs. So what do these mean? So these essentially translate to less than or equal to. So we can say that 3 is less than or equal to 4. And these are good for conditions in if statements, which I'm going to go over in probably either the next tutorial or a tutorial close to that. But the moment we say this, Python's going to read over this, and it's going to see that is 3 actually, is it less than 4 or is it equal to 4? And on either case, it's going to give me a true. But if it's anything other than, like, if it's 5, for example, it won't work, and it'll give me a false value. But if it's something less than 4 or equal to 4, it'll give me a truth value. So I can see here it's going to give me false. Then when I change it to 3, it's going to say true. Yep. So lastly, we have this comparison operator, our last comparison operator, which basically translates to greater than or equal to. So this is pretty self-explanatory, just like the last one, is just 3, let's say a different number. Let's say 8 is greater than or equal to 9. So I want you to think, if we print this to the console, what will show up? Will it be a truth or false? I want you to think about that. So at first, if you just read 8 is greater than, you're going to say obviously it's false, but then you see the equal sign. So this is saying that if either 8 is greater than or equal to 9, then it's going to give you a true value. But in this case, because 8 is definitely less than, it's not greater than 9, and it's not equal to 9, it'll give me false. So if we print this, it'll give me false. So as you can see, it gave me false, and if we change this to 10, it'll give me true. Now, this might not seem so important, but it's extremely important in frameworks, like just in general programming. You're going to need comparison operators all the time in if statements, in functions, all that stuff. You're going to need them. And I'm going to go over all that stuff in later tutorials, but that's basically essentially the comparison operators. So that's essentially today's video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Live creatively, creative coding out.